Okay, thank you, Kieran, for the introduction. Thank you for having me this morning. I am Marie. I'm a project officer for the Secure project at the Center for Cybersecurity in Belgium. And I'm here with my colleague Anna to present to you the Secure project. We are very delighted to explain to you what we offer to SMEs and to help them strengthening their cybersecurity readiness and to comply with the new Cyber Resilience Act. So I think a few of you may heard of the Cyber Resilience Act, but I will give a short summarization of this regulation for those who are not familiar with it. And then I'll continue with our project activities and our funding program. So the Cyber Resilience Act introduces essential cybersecurity requirements for all products with digital elements, so both hardware and software. And its goal is to make sure that cybersecurity is embedded and built in from the start in a product, so that it's integrated throughout a product's life cycle, meaning from, from design the product, developing, also delivering and maintenance of the product. So actually, who's affected by the Cyber Resilience Act? Many SMEs are in scope within the CRA, and the CRA is addressing the growing number of vulnerabilities in digital products, actually through the entire value chain, so meaning not only manufacturers of products with digital components, so tools and compliance tools, but also providers, importers and distributors, and also actually the audience of today, the open source developers. So open source is indeed in scope of the CRA, and the CRA is actually entered into force from the 10th of December in 2024, but it will become fully applicable in December 2027. So actually, what are the main obligations of the CRA? For example, companies will need to conduct and document risk assessments. They will also have to provide security updates for the products, then also manage the vulnerabilities of the products during the support period of 5 years, and also provide clear and understandable instructions, and also report actively on incidents. But as I already mentioned, the CRA entered into force in 2024, is fully applicable in 2027, December, but that's not the first deadline, because in September 2026, the report obligations will also apply. So actually the clock is a little bit ticking, and that's why Secure is here for SMEs to help meet all these requirements and to provide practical and support measures. So the Secure project, we are a fully EU-funded project that brings together national coordination centers and digital innovation hubs. And we are a collaboration of 13 partners in total, and it's led by Italy, the NCC of Italy. And the partners are coming from 7 EU member states, but all European SMEs can, of course, benefit from our projects, not only those who are established in the country of a partner. So the Secure project really wants to make sure that SMEs are not left behind in the transition to the new CRA requirements, because often SMEs don't have the measures or the resources to do all of this. And our scope is really SMEs, and with a special focus on micro and small enterprises. And our project runs until December 2027, perfectly aligned with the timeline of the CRA. But most importantly, what do we offer to SMEs? We offer a range of tools and activities, such as CRA compliance resources, workshops, other guidelines and materials that will all be available on one online platform. We also will exchange use cases and best practices, and also support SMEs in their standardization efforts. But we, as the CCB, are also leading a work package, and we actually are leading a work package dedicated to capacity building, and we have now finalized our set of materials and guidelines for SMEs CRA compliance, and this will also be available on the platform really soon. And in the next 2 years, we will also develop other compliance tools. We will organize webinars, workshops, write white papers, etc. But maybe the most important thing, and one of the main topics of my presentation today, is that we provide access cascade funding to SMEs through open calls. So we grant envelopes of 30,000 euros, but this is co-funding, so meaning that your project can have a budget of maximum 60,000 euros, and we will provide 50% of that, if it's approved, of course. And yeah, the timeline and the next future activities in the near future are our platform launch in November. And also the open calls application guidelines that will be available, and these guidelines will set out all the necessary steps you must take to apply for funding. And also our guidelines and materials for CRA compliance will be available from November. But then in January, our first open call will launch. But an important note is that these dates are not definitive, and you must maybe follow our channels on our website and LinkedIn to get all the updates. And also another disclaimer maybe is that the CRA is of course not fully developed yet, so many technical aspects may also change, and this makes our work sometimes a little bit hard, but we try our best. So how can SMEs actually benefit from our funding? We try to design an application process that is more simple and accessible for SMEs, and with clear templates and guidance available on our online platform. So a company simply must register on the platform, must upload all the required documents, such as, for example, the ownership declaration, control and declaration. And then you can actually begin preparing your proposal, your project proposal, and your budget proposal through all the provided templates. Then your proposal will go to 3 evaluations. First, a formal one, then a technical one, and then a national company eligibility check, and this will be done by the NCCs of the state where the member state where the SME is established. So for Belgian SMEs, this will be the NCC where we are also part of. Then, if your project is approved, you can sign a sub-grant agreement, and there's also a possibility then to receive pre-financing of 40%, actually to kickstart your project activities. And then we come to the implementation phase, and after completing all your project activities, you just have to submit a technical report. Then this will be evaluated and hopefully approved, and then you can get your balance payment. So I know this is a lot of information, but please, I encourage you to stay up to date with all our updates, both on the CRA and our project activities. So please, if you're interested, you can scan the QR codes. But if something is not really clear, you can always contact us on securecra@ccb.belgium.be, and we will help you and guide you through the Secure project. So thank you very much for your attention.